everybody, it's KeKe, and I am here so excited to be talking to my good friend. We go way back, but you know, she's on a new journey, so I had to be the first to check in with you and chat with you about this new adventure that you're going on. So Miss Allie, Chantel, how are you?
I'm really good. Trying new things, doing new things, really proud of myself. I'm just glad to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm like so honored because we do go way back, and I'm just so excited to be here.
I mean, we both have been on a journey over the last years, but you know, when I saw the new things that you're doing with music and how you are putting out these videos and this content, and I'm just blown away by the gift. I'm like, Allie, you've been so humble and quiet about, you know, what you possess. And now you're getting in the forefront. How has that been for you?
Thank you, first of all. Thank you so much. Sometimes it's still hard to receive that like gratitude, which I kind of try to work through that internally and just figure out like, why does this, you know, make me feel weird? Like, why can't I just be like, oh, thank you so much, you know? So I'm working on that, but it has been a journey. I'm used to a more supporting role, kind of in the back and very much in my comfort zone. I've been singing my whole life, but in choirs, you know, I'm a choir kid at heart. I grew up in choirs. I love harmony, and like I'm an altos.
Okay.
So it's definitely been a transition, positioning myself in the forefront, and it came with maturity, some healing, a lot of self-work, and really just owning the space I take up and saying, I'm here, I'm not afraid to be here, I'm happy to be here, and I think most importantly, I absolutely deserve to be here.
Woo! Girl, you see... What were some of the things that helped you get over the fear of stepping out in the forefront?
Gosh, it was a lot of self-talks, and I think specifically, one of the direct results of this pandemic for me, having so much alone time and downtime, I really turned inward and started that internal dialogue with myself and said, well, you know, if you love performing, you've been doing it your whole life, literally, why don't you want to step into the forefront? And really asking myself those tough questions and sitting with myself and waiting until I came up with an answer. Like, really figure that thing out. Like, why don't you want to be in the front?
Yes.
Allie, why don't we want to be in the front? You know? So, it took a while. It took a while, but just kind of delayering traumas and past experiences, past embarrassments. So many different things. Lots of therapy. Amen.
Come on for therapy, honey.
Amen for therapy.
Yes.
And so just overcoming fear and doubt and all those things to say, you know, I have one life to live. I don't want to waste it. Life is so short. It's so precious. I mean, I think we hear that all the time and we know that, but I think the pandemic kind of put that more at the forefront, at least for me. People that I love who are close to me, they lost relatives because of this pandemic. And I mean young people, you know, my childhood family, my childhood church family, they just had a big loss, and it was just like loss after loss. And I think just kind of going through that cycle, you just kind of see we are really not down here for a long period of time. So I think I just started to shift my perspective and was like, you know, I cannot waste another minute being miserable, being scared, being, you know, upset. I gotta, you know, take charge of this thing and really go after what I want. If God is for me, who could be against me, right?
Come on now.
So, and I just really kind of took him at his word. It's like, well, you said it.
Yeah.
So,
girl, you are.
I'm gonna try to do it.
You are speaking, okay? You are speaking, because I think so many of us don't realize that he's placed gifts and things inside of us that he wants us to use while we're here. And so we're not doing it justice to ourselves or God when we don't use those gifts.
That's the truth.
So, I mean, but you've been using your gift your entire life, just not to this aspect, okay? But tell us a little bit about how you got started singing. Where did it all begin?
For sure. So, gosh, all right, let's go way back. So, kindergarten. I started singing in kindergarten. My mom, unbeknownst to her, she didn't even know I could sing. So, because I've just never been that person to just like sing all up and down. You know, some singers just know they child,
and I can't sing now. You know what I'm saying?
Just busting up, walking down the street. Yeah, that was like never really me. So my kindergarten teacher told my mom, like, hey, we want her to sing for kindergarten graduation. And my mom was like, oh, okay, like that's cute, you know, my baby can get to sing. And they were like, she can really sing. And my mom was like, really? Okay. And then the teacher kind of reiterated, like, no, she can she doesn't sound like other 5-year-olds. Like, she can really sing. So that's kind of where that started. And it's so funny. I feel like I kind of talk about this story a lot, but it's one of my favorite stories because it just shows the power of, you know, God's plan and how we can do whatever we want to do, but at the end of the day, it's gonna work out how God intended it to work out anyway. But my mom, she was like, okay, well, you can sing, so I'm gonna put her in this choir, the Soul Children of Chicago.
Oh, honey, that's like the choir, okay? That's not just a choir.
Right, those were like the heavy hitters, you know, and they were at the time, you know, performing everywhere, just this fabulous, wonderful children's choir. And my mom thought she was taking me to that audition. And so we get to First Unitarian Church in Hyde Park, and there's a white lady standing there. You know, and exactly. And my mom was like, I don't think, you know,
like,
we're
with
right.
the soul children. I'm looking for the soul.
Right. It's the other soul. The other soul children.
Oh, goodness.
But the white lady was there. Her name is Heidi at the time, and her name is Heidi. And she welcomed me with open arms, and it was kind of an invitation. Come inside the room, sing what I sing. And she was singing a song. I believe it's a Latin song. Jubilate Deo. Different language. Me and my mom, we're like, well, what's going on? And so she let me stay for the session because, she was like, well, we're here and, go ahead and sing and enjoy it and we'll check in. After that session happened, she was like, well, how did you like it? I'm like, yeah. She was like, okay, well, do you want to come back? I'm like, yeah. And literally that choir was actually the Chicago Children's Choir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so extraordinary choir. World renowned, but very diverse, multicultural, multi-ethnic, different socioeconomic backgrounds. Super, super diverse.
Okay, it seemed very welcoming.
Absolutely.
To you. Okay.
Absolutely, that was their mission then, and it still is. I'm an avid supporter of and an alumni of the Chicago Children's Choir. See. And the rest is that's really where my network kind of took off from a very young age. That choir exposed me to all different types of music. So that's where that classical training comes in. I love requiems. I love a good foray.
She's talking over my head, y'all. I'm like an alto, a soprano, but okay.
But it really did. They really opened my eyes to the world of music and what music could do for me and where music could take me. And they started me traveling really young. I think my first international trip, I was in high school. And they took us to Japan and, everywhere, and it just didn't stop from there.
So that was who God needed you to meet, Miss Heidi.
Absolutely.
Because that took you, wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
If that had never happened, if that mistake had never happened, I would not be the person today.
Yeah. So, we've met. We've been met in different fields, right? You're multi-talented. People don't know that you have a lot of other skills outside of music that you and I have collaborated on. But when it comes to music and really taking this leap of faith and betting on yourself, what gave you that courage to leave corporate America? Because it feels like such a safe place sometimes. We hold on to it because we want that steady pay, the 401k, all that.
Amen.
But what gave you the courage to step out on faith and leave corporate America?
Oh, that is a wonderful question. And I'm going to be honest, I'm just going to be completely honest. It was not my decision. Okay. It just really wasn't.
Okay.
I didn't want to leave corporate America, but I was fired. I was fired, and even sharing this, I'm just like, oh, I didn't know I was gonna get this dick.
But sometimes
I didn't know.
God will do things because we're not ready to make the move, but He will.
Hello.
So
that's literally what it was, and I think I hold it dear to my heart. I went on a life-changing trip a couple years back. I went to Ghana, Africa.
Oh, wow.
Changed my life. I went with some of the best people in the world. Changed my life. And it was on that trip, I had a dream that I was going to be fired. And at that time on the trip, everything was good.
Right.
And so I woke up on this amazing trip, probably a little hungover,
That's why I was getting popping in Ghana, honey.
Cracking. Okay, we gotta go. But I woke up and I was like, Lord, what was that? Because that's how I talk to the Lord. I was like, what was that about? And I had this elaborate dream. I knew the room it happened in. I knew who was in the room. I heard everything. It was like I was watching it. And so, literally 3 months later, it happened.
Wow.
And so, I was still a little shocked when it happened, but I think I still hold that with me to this day. And I'm just so grateful for it that I had a warning. I had a kind of, I had that foresight to expect that, possibility, because I wasn't, I was like, oh, this job is cool. I was in marketing. I was like, this is pretty cool. It wasn't at the, the caliber that I was used to or that I, hoped to stay at, but I was comfortable there. I was very comfortable. And so I got let go, and I can't speak too much about it because I don't think it was done in good faith off of any type of merit.
Okay.
But so I won't get too much into it just because of other things. But I had some downtime,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of soul searching, and initially I did go pick up, because I keep a job, I keep a hustle.
That's why I say Allie and I have crossed many fields, buddy.
I keep a job, so I started doing everything else, right?
Yeah.
I started some PR. I was doing PR. I was doing contracting for a couple different companies. I started doing fashion, but on a more streetwear aspect with someone I knew. So I kept busy.
Mm-hmm.
I kept busy, and I feel like that during that time was the time I was supposed to be still. And I was like, I don't even know how to be still. I don't know what that is. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I gotta go get it. I gotta go get it. And finally, I had a seat.
Right.
When
Corona.
Down. Literally have all the seats.
Mm-hmm.
All the way, and I had to cancel trips and just all type of stuff.
Oh my goodness.
And so it was really, that's when I really tuned in, and I said, okay. And just talking with friends and people in my network, and just really talking up to myself. That's when I'm telling you, that's really when my internal dialogue with myself started to change.
Okay.
It was no more, well, you can't do this because XYZ. I would always make these excuses of why I couldn't do something.
Yep.
And it's like a light clicked, and I started questioning all that negativity, all that doubt, and it was like I was showing up for myself in a different way. And I was like, well, why can't you do that?
Right.
What's that? Gosh, I love the Black Cinderella, the Brandy and Whitney Houston.
Yes.
But she's like, I really want to go to the ball or something like that. And Whitney Houston's like, well, go to the ball, Cinderella. No one's stopping you but you.
That's a look, wherever you get your gems from,
listen,
you get your gems. Okay?
Disney, okay, Brandy and Whitney Houston. All right, amen.
Yes.
I'm totally like a Disney nerd, like in that way.
We all are. Shout out Disney Plus. We all got it. Yeah.
So I just really started to question that, like, why can't I do all of these things? And it slowly started turning to, well, girl, you done worked in fashion. You worked for all these corporate. I used to work for Nordstrom. I used to work for iHeart long time ago. CBS. I've done all these things. PepsiCo. I worked all these places, and I was great at what I did. Great, And I think that's where that validation was coming from, though. My validation was coming from my outer achievements.
Okay.
If I was getting promoted, I was doing well. I was on the right track. No matter what my mental health was doing, no matter where I was, physically, mentally, if they said I was performing and them checks was coming in, that's where I was getting my worth. And I was like, well, I'm okay. But I really had been suppressing everything that you see now, and kind of keeping myself in this box and saying, well, you're a corporate professional. You can't shift to a career in music. That doesn't even make any sense.
Yep.
And one day I just decided to get out my way with the help of the Lord, shutting down everything. And getting me on about that door.
You are what you're saying is so profound, because so many people struggle with that. You see so many people working at different corporations and companies, and they're so unhappy there. And they're really suppressing who they truly are. Like, I've been there, you know what I'm saying? I did it for years, so I connect with you on that level. But I'm just amazed at the courage for you to step out and then be an independent artist. Like, you didn't even wait till there was like some label or something there to, this is independent. How has that journey been for you?
Child.
'Cause that's a hustle in itself, girl.
Yes, it is. I will say this. Honestly, I wouldn't even tell people. I didn't pick the music industry. The music industry picked me. And I would not tell people, unless you have a decent amount of capital or you have access to that, resources, a network, I would not tell you, oh yeah, just go get a career in the music industry. I wouldn't tell you that.
Okay.
Now, in the same breath, I'll say that I say the music industry picked me because it's literally, I cannot escape it. It is who I am. I am a performer.
at home when it's just me and you alone. Never lonely in a room, breathing slowly. Boy, you know me, yeah. Meditate, you can take me to a place where we can be all alone. I'll let you hold me, boy, you know me, yeah, yeah, yeah. Lay your head on my pillow, babe, woo-hoo. Touch is making me feel away, woo-hoo. When I get around you, I lose it. Lose it, 'cause I feel so comfortable with you. You make me comfortable with you. I feel so comfortable with you. You make me comfortable with you. You make me wanna go deep into me. Boy, you know me inside, on my mind, on my mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lay your head on my pillow, babe. Woo-hoo. Touch is making me feel away. Woo-hoo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When I get around you, I lose it. Lose it. 'Cause I feel so comfortable
I've worked on some amazing projects. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've done some amazing things with some amazing people, but I've always been in the supporting role, and it's always been very based on what was given to me.
Okay.
What, who, the phone call that I got, the email that I got, where these things were seeking me out, and I was content with that. I was like, oh, thank you, Lord, like, favor,
part of this,
favor, right? I'll do it, and all these things were happening, but I wasn't putting in any real work. It's just kind of like it was kind of dropping in my lap.
But now it's all on you.
Now I'm responsible for everything. The gigs, the promo, the marketing, the next gig. I'm responsible for
the styling,
all of it. The styling, the lights, the aesthetic, just everything. The image, the wording. There's just so many things, so it's a lot more responsibility. I'm so used to, and I tell everybody, I say that all the time, I've been a performer my entire life, and I've been a spoiled performer.
Okay.
I've been well taken care of, in those spaces.
Right.
And I mean, just not even like, okay, and more, you know what, let me try to figure out how I'm
just say some performances have been better than others.
Some performances,
accommodations and things.
Accommodations are lovely, right? I mean, things like per diems and on top of my checks, and meals and everything taken care of, airfare and just everything,
and
right?
Now it's all.
And child, now I'm doing all of the bank of Allie shit.
Yes.
So it's definitely been an adjustment.
Okay.
So
now, what kind of support do you wish you had as an independent artist?
Gosh, I wish, especially living in Chicago, and this is one of those things where I always kind of think in the back of my mind, like, if I ever make it, or when I make it, that's where I'm gonna start.
Okay.
And I have some role models in the community who have done that, made it big, and they definitely pour their resources back into the community.
Okay.
That's definitely what I would like to do, because I think had I been introduced to things like audio engineering, things like that type of production for, music videos, or just all types of things, festivals at Ravinia, and, I did work for video games and film scores, and I think had I been introduced to the technical aspect earlier in life, I probably would have went a different way slightly, and probably would have been able to have different sources of income and different types of opportunities. So that's one of the things that I really want to do. I really want to get these young girls in high school, in college, and say, you know, hey, if you like the music industry, try this way, try this path, try this door. Because we all don't have to be, some of us are not, you know what I'm saying, performers. But I wish I had the knowledge of the nuances and some of the intricacies of this business much early on. Okay. Even though I've had a dynamic, you know, professional background, vocalist, you know, background singer career, it's a whole nother world when you are front and center. So I wish that there was more capital available for artists. I wish that there was more programming for artists who are up and coming, even as far as our city, you know. It's just resources are so limited, and I know they're even more limited now because of the pandemic. But even before the pandemic, it's tough. It's tough out here, and I don't say that to discourage anyone, because I'm not letting it discourage me. I really feel like this is what I'm down here supposed to be doing. Like, and I'm not sure where I'll go, you know, how large I'll be, but I honestly feel like, God forbid, if I leave here tomorrow, I can tell, you know, I would be content and say I gave it all that I had. I was on the path to do everything that I thought I could do. Every dream that I had in my mind, I was trying to work it up out of me and execute. So, and that's really what it is. So I think the main thing is access to funds and resources. Those people who, you know, support up and coming artists and say, hey, I see you doing this. I mean, you know, what if you thought about it in this way? Or, you know,
so like that more coaching, more opportunities, more. It's gonna come, but like you said, if we had more of that, then more artists would get a chance to really show their talents and shine. So that's understandable, okay? And we're gonna keep praying for more support and more opportunities like that. But when we get into Allie Chantel, the artist, I know that you're so like trained in all these different formats, and you know you have all these different skills. But Allie Chantel, the artist, what can people expect from your music? What kind of artist are you? Like, describe Allie Chantel to those who don't know or are new.
For sure, I think R&B has my heart. Okay. I love R&B music. All of the decades, you know. I'm an R&B girl through and through, but I appreciate a good pop song, you know. I mean, I'm a music connoisseur, yes, but I don't kind of want to put myself in a box. Okay. But I am heavily influenced by R&B. So I like my upcoming EP. There'll be some feel-good songs. There'll be some, you know, love songs, because we got to talk about, you know, we like to talk about all the things.
We need the love songs, honey. We need to know what's going on in Allie Chantel love life.
Absolutely, right? A little bit. A little bit. You might get a little snippet.
So who are like 3 artists that influence you?
Great question. And this is actually a really hard question, because there are so many people. I'm just like, oh, I love them so much.
Yes. But like when you have your 3, like you have like, for me it's like, you know the bad boys from WGCI.
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, like Dee McGuire. Like I have my little Mount Rushmore of people that inspire me, right? So like, who is that for you?
I would say definitely, absolutely, Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter.
Come on now. Come on now, Queen B.
I love Beyonce and have loved Beyonce since I was a little girl. I mean, everything, just her artistry. I've just watched her, you know, we grew up together. Look, no, we grew up together. Yes. But I've watched her evolve, you know, with not only the times, but just her own life journey. Yep. Her music resonates with me so much.
Her work ethic
is crazy. It's like unmatched. But she's definitely one of my heavy influences, not even from a vocal aspect, but more so she was born a star. And she literally rejected
anything that
was not aligned with her being a star. And so just watching her do that and just being like, wow. Because at the end of the day, she's a human being too. And it's like, if Beyonce can do it, I got a chance somewhere. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Just that empowerment, and I feel like she kind of embodies that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really appreciate. I remember when she made Black Parade. When Black Parade was released, I was like in a rough space.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like so encouraged. And just like the lyrics of that song, and she just so unapologetically celebrates being a Black woman and just like Black culture.
Yes.
So I get a lot of inspiration from her.
Mm-hmm.
Erykah Badu.
Oh yes.
There's a portrait of Erykah Badu in my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Like that's how much I love Erykah Badu.
Okay.
And I think it's more so she's an artist and we all love her, but it feels like she makes music for herself.
Yeah, she's one of the most genuine artists that we have. I feel like nothing is fake about her. She's very transparent, and Erykah is Erykah.
Absolutely.
She ain't nobody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that's so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
She's so comfortable in her skin.
Yes.
And who she is.
Yes.
And she's like, I'm making this music, and if you like it, great.
If you don't,
that's fine too.
Yeah.
And she talks about her life, and some of my favorite songs of hers. Gosh, don't let me get to misquoting the name of the song.
She like take the portrait down because
right. No, but just like she talks about her children and her children's fathers and how she had love for all of them in their moment of time. And I just love how she just owns that and just every aspect of her life. And she's gorgeous, and I just love her music. So Erykah Badu, definitely. Gosh, you're making me pick. I would have to say probably Brandy Norwood.
Okay.
And I call her Brandy God in her throat Norwood.
Unmatchable range.
Unmatchable.
Yeah.
I fell in love with Brandy at a very young age.
We all did.
I'm talking, I had the cassette tape. I had I think it was Never Say Never.
Okay, yep.
And baby, I ran that cassette tape till it unraveled. I'm showing my age a little bit because I had a Walkman, I had a CD player, all of that, and I literally used to listen to that tape until it was, I couldn't listen to it anymore. I think I still have it's at my mom's house, but I love Brandy. She is, in my opinion, one of the best vocalists to ever do it in the game. Ever. And it's just so effortlessly. It's so effortlessly. She's incredibly talented. And I've loved her from her roles, from her acting to, I
hope Brandy sees this because I feel like
me too.
She's been a little unappreciated, but she made such an impact on every little Black girl in America. When we saw her on Moesha and we saw her in Cinderella, and it was like, oh, we can do that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, with little braids in our hair, because I definitely had the dookie braids.
Absolutely. We all did.
Yeah, man. So Beyonce, Brandy, and Erykah Badu. That is a very. I mean, though, if that's the influences, I can't wait to hear the music because those are heavy steppers. So, but you work with some heavy steppers, in your other roles. So, who's been like some of your favorite famous people to perform with and experiences?
Gosh. That's a great question too. I'm trying to like narrow them down.
They gonna be like, you ain't Allie, ain't say my name, right?
Well, I love you all. You know that. I love you all. Honestly, so he's actually not a musical artist, but he's a visual installment artist.
Oh, okay.
Sculptural artist. He is a visionary. Theaster Gates. Born and raised on the west side of Chicago, and he was doing an installment in Munich, Germany. Okay. And he brought some singers, myself included, to be a part of this exhibit. He was doing a tribute to Jesse Owens. Oh. And that trip had such a profound effect on me, and it was really the magic that is Theaster Gates. And I don't even know if he realized just what that trip did for me. Right. And it wasn't like some he didn't do some he was amazing. The exhibit was amazing. But it was just him being himself and asking me, the singer, singers, I was there with a couple other singers, asking us to be our true selves. And so me being a choir girl, coming from all of this structure and like notes on a page and do my part and do what was asked of me to do, he was like, no, I don't want any of that. I want you to get into these. He had the Black Monks is an ensemble that he has. And he said, I want you to do you unapologetically. I want you to hear the sounds, the tones. And we kind of like freestyled this whole vibe. There were influences, there were cues and things like that. Right. But there was absolutely no structure. And he wanted us to like go hard. Wow. And I was so nervous because I'm like structure. Right.
Like, what do you mean we freestyled it? Right. Like, no, we flew all the way to Germany. I know you didn't tell me what to do.
Absolutely. And he was like, no, you're amazing. You deserve to be here. And he was just pouring into us. And he was like, I just want you to be you. I want you to perform. And it was like pulling teeth for me. And I was like, but you need, like, what you want me to be up here? You want me, like, what do you? And so, and I think it just represents how sometimes I can get so in my head and it just blocks things and mucks up everything. But that trip, the entire trip, it was just, he was just like so nurturing to us and just so like, you know, I'm creating space for you to just be who you are, and, you know, don't think that you have to be a certain way or do a certain thing. Like, this is really for us. The audience just gets to participate and experience our journey to make whatever we make. And it was so profound for me. Okay, so the After Gates. Another one, gosh. All right. Jamila Woods.
Yes.
I would have to say, because I've sang in a lot of different things, a lot of different shows with Jamila, and they've all been incredible experiences. Like, I'm so grateful for that. I would have to say Afropunk.
Oh, wow. Being on that stage. Yeah.
And then, like, it's just how the festival was going that particular weekend we were performing. Like, at the last minute, there was a change, and we ended up being on the stage, and I think, like, essentially opening up for, like, performing right before Solange.
Wow, okay.
So that was incredible. Yes. And then the headline, I mean, Janelle Monáe was there. I mean, it was amazing, right? It was, like, truly star-studded. I was, like, fangirling out in the back. Like, oh, my God, everybody is here.
Yes.
And there's Issa Rae, and there's
and we're all hitting the same stage.
And, like, you know, everybody's just kind of enjoying the vibes. And then the headliner is the Erykah Badu.
Oh Lord, where was Allie? Did you
crying, girl? I was just weeping, just like, oh my God, like she looked amazing. She had on this like lime green jumpsuit, the baddest brim fringe hat that I've ever seen in my life. Just true Erykah vibes in all her glory. I will never forget that. That entire experience. That was amazing.
Okay, because I know you've done a lot with Jamila, so I was going to ask you what was your favorite moment with her, but that clearly, Erykah.
Absolutely. I mean, and it was just so much blackness. Oh.
I see the way that you look when you hear his name. I see his picture up in your frame, and you refuse to admit you still miss him, but it's okay. You're a tower of strength when you're breaking down, but through the wall I can feel your cry. And when it's quiet, you're screaming inside, and I break as I hear you, loud as a bomb, wanting a shoulder to cry on. I hear you tumbling fast, here and now. You're afraid, don't you worry, I'll teach you to fly before you fall away. you from out of nowhere. You try to hide it, sometimes unsuccessfully, with a smile that fades quickly. Your resistance to sadness is futile, but you're a fighter, can't stand defeat. You're a magician at hiding the hurt from you, but I see and I hear you, loud as a bomb, wanting a shoulder to cry on. I hear you, tumbling fast, here and now. You're afraid, don't be scared. Don't be scared, 'cause I hear you, loud as a bomb, wanting a shoulder to cry on. I hear you, tumbling fast, here and now. You're afraid, don't you worry, I'll teach you to fly before you fall.
So, you know, you had these big moments with Jamila. You've been all over the country performing, but I just saw you do something with our hometown hero here in Chicago, Chance the Rapper.
Yes.
I was like, he posted something, and I'm like, is that Allie? I said, this girl is everywhere. Well, tell us about that. What's going on?
Yeah, so that was his A Christmas Story.
Okay,
which was so dope to not only be a part of, but just to watch him do his thing. I know he's like really into film, and this is actually the second film project of his that I've been involved with.
Really?
Yeah, but the first one, like, and this was like a few years ago, and it like never saw the light of day, and I hope I'm not like
he just went a different direction.
Yeah, like, but it was so dope. Like, it was so dope. I'm like, I'm sure I probably,
but look
I'm
at
like
God.
trying to get in trouble. Like, I don't know what I can say.
But look how it just came back around, and then
you are so right. So yeah, so that was really cool. It was his take on a Chicago Christmas, and there was twerking Santa girls, and we had crazy vocals. Like, I mean, the singing was phenomenal. He had all these sets and like odes to you know, just paying homage to some of his favorite Christmas movies, Christmas songs, some artists. So that was a really dope project to work on, and just seeing him in his creative bag, and just literally he was calling all the shots. Like, there was no one saying like, well, we need to do this to, you know, whatever. He was like, nope, I don't want this. Yep, I like that. I want to make sure these people are seen. I want to make sure, you know, this group. And so it was just really, really nice to see him, you know, fully like he was the boss. You know what I'm saying? Not just from like a artist standpoint. He's like doing what some directors or whatever is telling him to do. Like, absolutely not. He was calling every shot, every detail, you know. So that was really, really cool to be a part of. I love working with him. Yeah. He is such a cool, down to earth, like, he's so cool, just a good dude. I love you. And I'm like, I know, right? And like, I'm just like super proud of like just even his journey. You know, he's also been really transparent in his music and his journey, and so just to kind of see him evolved and like grown man, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, I'm just like, it's just awesome. Yeah, Chance is dope. Interviewed him a bunch of times. He's super cool, super sweet, and it's just good. I mean, it's dope to me to see you're on set, he's running the show, and you know, I'm sitting here interviewing you, all Chicago kids. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? All Chicago kids. So that just goes to show you so much talent here in our city, and when we just come together, magical things happen, like you being on Chance's project. And I'm looking on Instagram like, is that my girl? Okay, yes it is. All right, Allie, I see everybody you. I'm like, oh yeah, hey y'all. But you know, so you've been all around the world singing. You worked with some incredible artists.
What can we expect from the Allie Chantel project? What's this? What is your brand giving us? What's next for you?
It's so, that's like, this question is like, oh, makes my heart beat a little bit, because I feel like this is where like the pressure comes from.
Right, like, you said that you was
yeah, and like it's a very fluid situation, but I'm super excited. I am all about Black Girl Magic.
Yeah.
So I have some of the dopest composers, some of the dopest producers. Like, I am super excited for this project to be released. So you can expect a lot of Black Girl Magic.
Okay.
I want people to be open-minded when they hear it. But like, it's gonna be great music. So yeah, it's the type of thing where you'll definitely be anticipating the album.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Allie, did we not touch on anything? Is there anything else that the people need to know? Because I'm just excited to see where your journey is going to go next. I believe in your talent and your gifts. And I know,
Thank you so much.
Once you step out on faith and really trust God, there is nothing that this world can do to you when you are walking and working for Him.
That's
so,
the truth.
Yeah, we struggle with fear so much, but then when we actually get out there and trust God, He's not leaving your side. So I know this journey is going to be blessed, and I just wish you all the best. Sis. I'm excited to see. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's next.
Thank you so much. I think one thing I would share to like someone who's watching this and who maybe has crossed paths with me, maybe has not. Social media is a highlight reel.
That's all it is.
And I always want to encourage whoever feels that this is their calling, but I also want them to know this is not an easy journey. It is absolutely not an easy journey. Sacrifices have to be made. There are going to be some rough nights, and I mean, I'm preaching to myself right now. It's going to be some hard times, but if you think about it, that's life. That's life. Wherever you are, you're going to be met with some opposition at some point or another. Something you're going to have to overcome.
Yep.
So I would say, don't let other people's highlight reels discourage you. Don't let that stuff rush you. If you're not to where, and again, preaching to myself, if you're not necessarily where you want to be, that's okay. And sometimes you have to take a break from that. I take breaks from social media. Sometimes I might just go ghost for a month, and just, I take breaks. So I do want to just encourage anybody who has been thinking about it or knows they've been running from this call. I was talking to a good girlfriend of mine. This was a while ago, and she's an opera singer. Ellie, she's amazing. And she was like, I'm so happy that you stopped running from this call. And I was like,
Yes.
But I think I just want to say, do it. We have only got one life to live. You know what you want to do.
Yep, you know what's in your heart.
You know what's in your heart, what's in the fiber of your being. You may not even, you may not know all the ways to get there, but you're not supposed to. Because half the time, how you think it's going to happen, it's not going to happen that way anyway.
No.
So I think that would just be my biggest, I can't say it enough. And I feel like sometimes it feels a little cliche. Don't give up. Because life is hard, okay?
Yes, it is.
Sometimes life is hard. And so even, I try to keep good people around me. You know what I'm saying? People who, no, seriously, because I think that's so important.
It is.
If you have Debbie Downers around you, or people who may be secretly, envious, or, whatever, all of those things matter.
Yes.
And I pray often, and I ask God to keep me surrounded by good people. And sometimes that's just not, we might go through seasons where that just doesn't happen.
Right.
And so I pray for discernment to know, what should I do?
Right.
How should I react to this? Who is who?
People,
reveal agendas.
Yes.
And, just intent. And I think that if you do good and you stick with God, he's gonna take care of us. So
inspire me, you gotta go. I can't have you fucking with my flow. If you are not feeling me, then hit the road. It's cool with me, I've been here before. I don't wanna have to worry about nobody who I'm claiming to be with, who I wanna be with. You don't wanna have to worry about nobody who you're claiming to be with, always pleading the fifth. I'm kinda in this new space where my space is my space and don't belong to nobody but me. Only me. I'm kinda in this new space where my space is my space and I don't care about nobody but me. Yeah, just me. I'm new to putting me first. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me first kinda hurts. Ooh, it hurts. I'm new to putting me first. Yeah, 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 yeah. Me first gotta work. I know people who died on me who are still alive on the earth. Yeah, that shit hurt. I know people who lied on me, told me things they knew that would hurt. Fuck them, I'm hurt. I'm kinda in a new space where my space is my space and don't belong to nobody but me. I'm kinda in this new space where my space is my space and I don't care about nobody, only me. I'm new to putting me first. Yeah, yeah. Me first kinda hurts. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm new to putting me first. Yeah, yeah. Me first gotta work. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, yeah, 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 yeah.
Real life. Which camera? Because I need to tell the people she is the real deal. I mean, my man's $100,000. You know, because she's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? We talking about me. She's a big deal. Done did some of everything. I'm just waiting to see her on E or something. You know what I'm saying? Eat tonight.
From your mouth to God's ears. Okay, Lord, do you hear?
Why come? She is waiting on the call.
I think that is a wrap. It's crazy because it's just so crazy because no matter how many times I do this, I still get the same like butterflies. But this was great. Yay. Thank you guys so much. My microphone is sinking.
I'm really excited. Stay tuned. Did you get a top to bottom so that people can see what I look like?
Period.
Show the people what I look like. No, thank you guys for watching. Love you. Hey, Ma. I love you, girl.